Hi ladies, today I'm going to be talking about how to check in a new student. So when a new student walks into the door, into the facility, what we want to do. Step one, we want to welcome them into our facility, obviously, letting them know that we do have some paperwork to go through with them and that it's going to be just a couple minutes. So it normally is very quick, and you can just tell them that it's a very quick process to go through the information. Step two, we want to obviously grab their file folder, which looks like this. You know, it sits on the desk in the black tray. But anyways, you want to grab the folder. The first thing we want to do is check to see if there's a trial form attached to it. If so, obviously that's stating that they're either a trial lesson or a trial month. So what we want to do is take that form and explain to them that this is for their trial and that we need a signature on it. So, and it just says signature of parent/adult student. So anyways, that is where you want to have them put their signature. Okay. Step three, we want to then take and open up the file folder here. We're going to pull out the thank you card, and that's this. Okay, this sits up front in the file folder. You want to pull this out. Just put it to the side because later on we'll get to what we want to do with that, but just put it on the desk. And then from there, step four is we are going to grab the policy sheet, which is inside the file folder. Okay, and that's like one of the first documents here. They need to put a signature on the bottom of that after you go through each and every one of the policies. So you're going to read each of the policies to them. For instance, with our dance program and with our intro to music program, they are eligible to do a makeup class if they miss lessons. And the reason being is because we've got other classes throughout the week. Of course, unless those are full. But if we have openings in the classes, they can definitely attend a class that isn't full for their makeup that particular week. Or the particular week that they're gonna be gone. You know, say they're telling you a future date. Okay, fantastic. We can get them in that week during another time frame, or they could come to 2 classes in 1 week. So there's definitely options. That's easy. The other is obviously private music lessons are the one thing that we do not reschedule. And that's just because we have lesson mate. So you'll want to explain then what a lesson mate video is, how they log into that, and how they log into that is in the student or the parent handbook, okay? So it is in there, and it's included with their email address, which is what they will use to log into their account, and the password is always the parent's first name. Whoever we have on file, normally the mom or the dad, but whoever is that main person on file with us, that's who we use to create the password. So, and then that is their first name all in lowercase, okay? So if anybody ever asks you, that's what you can tell them. Anyways, once you are done going through each of the policies, just slip it back into the folder after they've signed it, okay? If you do not, for instance, get a signature on it, you know, maybe you missed the parent that evening. I'm trying to think of what else. Sometimes once in a great while, you know, once every maybe 2 or 3 months, we'll have somebody that says, oh, we'll sign the policy sheet after our trial lessons, or maybe they have an issue with one of our policies and they want to talk to Laura or I. Okay, that's totally fine. Just push it aside. Let us know in the message sheet that needs to be taken care of. We will definitely do so. If you didn't get it signed just because the parent walked in and walked out, we didn't see them or something, then we will catch them the following week. So pretty easy, pretty simple. We're going to go to step 5, which is giving them their handbook, the parent handbook here, okay? You want to let them know that there's a lot of great information regarding recitals. There's information regarding who their teacher is and the background of their teacher. There's a school calendar. There's the lesson mate stuff. Lots and lots of information in there. So just let them know if they've got any questions. It's probably answered in there and they can read over everything. But yeah, that's kind of how I do it and how Laura does it. So anyways, if somebody asks for a copy of their policy page, you can give them an extra copy, but it actually is in the parent handbook. So I just always let them know it's in there. Just, you know, read through the parent handbook, but there's a copy of that as well in there. So, let's take a look at step 6. Excuse me here. So once you're done with those things with the file folder, you're going to ask the family if they want a quick tour of the facility, so that way they are acquainted with where they're going. It's not so new and scary for some of those younger students, so just go ahead and show them around the facility, show them back to the dance rooms if they're a dance student, and if they're not even a dance student, it's totally fine to just take them back there and show them our dance program, because who knows, maybe they want to sign up for dance after you show them that. So that's just another marketing tool that I use in getting people in the door and knowing what we offer for our programs. So let's see here. You're going to have parents ask you once in a while about, can they watch their children? You know, a lot of times I just say, yeah, we've got viewing windows in the doors. You are absolutely welcome to watch your child, you know, in their classroom through the viewing windows. And you can also let them know we have a lobby. Obviously they can see that, but just let them know they can sit in the lobby and view through the viewing windows. If they are persistent on sitting in the music room, the music class, the dance class, whatever it is, that's fine for a couple weeks. It's not a big deal. Like, don't make it a big deal when it's really not a big deal. If that's something they really want to do, we can definitely let them do that. I understand as a parent, sometimes you're nervous about, you know, how your child's going to react in situations. Are they going to cry? That type of thing. Sometimes it's just better to allow them to do that, you know, for a couple weeks. And then once they can see that their child's fine, everything's good, they'll normally just move their way into the lobby. So just FYI, those are the ways I handle things as well. So let's see here. Step 7. Obviously, we want to thank them for choosing the Omaha School Music and Dance for their choice and taking classes. You know, we know it's going to be a great experience for them and their child. So just reassure them of that, and just let them know that they can then wait for their class to start. So, and then the teacher will come get them. Okay. Once you're completely done checking in a student and dealing with the parent, you're going to want to take that trial form that I was showing you earlier. Okay. And you're going to see here that at the top it says trial month or trial lesson. Okay, what we want to do is we want to figure out which folder to put it in. There is 2 folders. One is a trial month and one is a trial lessons. Okay, so you're going to then choose which folder to put that into. And now that you've got a signature on it, you can put it in the section of the folder that says signed. Okay. If we don't get it signed, then obviously we need to put it back into not signed. Okay. Let's see here. Take the student's file folder then. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this file folder and we are going to then put it in the 2-week follow-up calls. But before we put it into the big black cabinet, bottom drawer, before we put it in there, we want to make a sticky note that goes onto the file folder that says what day to call and follow up with the student to see how their lessons are going. So, for instance, if someone starts today is Friday, February 17th. This would be their first lesson, okay? Their second lesson is going to be next Friday, which is Friday, February 24th, okay? So we actually want to call them the day after their second lesson. So you're going to file that away in, it'd be Saturday, February 25th, okay? So, sorry, I'm doing that all off of the top of my head, so hopefully I said that right. But that's what we want to do. We want to go the day after their second lesson, because that is really, they've had 2 lessons. That's kind of 2 weeks for us. and we want to go the day after that. So that way they have had the opportunity to come in for that second lesson and actually have it, okay? From there, once you've put the sticky note on the file folder for their follow-up call date, you're going to go ahead and file that away in the bottom drawer of the black cabinet by like the entry door. It's a big black cabinet in the back. Obviously, we only have a couple different cabinets, but it's the big one. In bottom drawer, okay? And it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We've got dividers. Obviously, for this one, for instance, we would have put it in the Saturday, okay? Because that would have been the day after their second lesson. All right. Hopefully that's explained well enough to understand exactly how we put a date onto there. So sometimes we've had a lot of mix up with, like, you know, how to figure out the 2-week thing. You know, some people were counting it differently. But anyways, that's how we want it done. Then you're going to take that thank you card that I had mentioned as well that sits up front. Okay. Take the thank you card and place a stamp on it, as well as you're going to place the name. This one, for instance, says Dear Lexi. Okay, so you want to put that student names in there. And then you also want to put their address. So it says the address and their name up here, okay? So then place a stamp onto the thank you card. You're gonna go back to like my desk area. My calendar sits on the wall. There's like little organizers with keys on them and thank you cards up there and stuff. Also the stamps. So that's where you're gonna get the stamp. Place it on the thank you card and then just put it into the little slot, which is like by the stamps, okay? So in that little black organizer, just sit it in there. The next morning, the daytime staff, we come in, we grab the thank you cards and we lay that out for Mr. Postman, okay? So that's kind of how we prefer everything to be done and operated. A lot of times we will walk in and find these cards still stuck into the student's file folder. Which at that point we go ahead and send it out, but it's just nice to have that everything pre-done for that student that checked in, okay? So that's really our check-in process. It's not too difficult to learn at all, but I just wanted to walk through the step-by-steps of exactly how we do that. You know, some people just hand over the policy sheet for people to put a signature on. Some people read through the policy sheet with the parent and are very explicit towards our policies, and that's how we prefer it, okay? At least then it's clear to the student and their family, because we've had families come back saying, oh, we didn't realize that, you know, we didn't see that. And it's like, did somebody just put a signature on the policy page without, you know, actually reading it? At that point in turn, I think, well, our staff probably didn't read through it with them, ensuring that they read that instead of just putting a signature on it. So this just helps you to understand as to the things that we can go through if we don't do it exactly in a system type of order, okay? So anyways, well, I hope you guys have a great day. It was nice to go through this with you. If you have any other subjects that you aren't for sure on, I'm more than happy to do another video, and I've actually kind of enjoyed these, weirdly. But anyways, it makes it really easy to train, I think, everybody and get everybody on the same page to do these tutorial videos. So if you think you're having a problem with a certain thing and not understanding, you know, the system to it, if I do a video on it, I'm sure a lot of other people will learn from it as well. So feel free to give me any subjects and I would be happy to help. All right, have a great day, guys.